G'day everyone, hope you're well. So this is Eduard's latest release from this month. It's Zvezda's Su-25 in a limited edition boxing. I'm sorry, I'm not going to try and pronounce the Czech wording. I have no idea how it's pronounced, so I won't butcher it. As you can see, there's a whole heap of markings included. Have a look-see. Alright. One kit. I'm guessing it's just straight from Zvezda and just put in the box to go. Alright. Huge stencil data markings. Alright, so this boxing, I'm not sure if they're bringing out a different one. This one's got a book with it. Where is it? Alright, so I'm guessing this is just going to be a history of the aircraft, and there'll be heaps of reference photos, obviously. Unless there is an English section in the back, that's all that's good for me, is reference photos. Nice picture. I'll just quickly go through this. Ooh, lost the nose gear. So definitely some great reference shots. And that's a huge book, so I'm just going to quickly skim through here, otherwise I'll be here all day. This is one of the markings. Obviously it's on the box art, but that's something I'm tempted to do, but there's a couple others in there too I really like, so that's the trouble with limited edition boxings. They give you that many choices, you can never decide on what you want. That's another one of the markings in the box. The shark is also very nice. Yeah, I really like that. And so on and so on. So apologies for skimming through it, but I'm going to do the review on the kit, not the book. Alright, so resin included is wheels. I think resin wheels, well, for personally, are one of the best upgrades to a kit. Alright, we got the so that's the speed brakes on the wingtips, and I'm not sure what we got in there. And the front wheel FOD cover protector. You got a mask set and photo etch fret. There we go. I'll take photos like I normally do. I'll take it out of the bag when I do the photo. That's a nice upgrade for the cockpit because I've built the kit, so it's pretty basic detail wise in the cockpit. This has got to be the biggest decal sheet in size I've ever seen. Alright, so obviously this is the stencil data. So we got, not that you really need to see all that, but so there's different versions here. So you got the markings for J, I think I and J, markings B to H, markings for A, and down the bottom we got individual aircraft. And there's an alternate decal for, or two decals for one of the aircraft. And you thought Phantoms had a lot of stencil data. That is huge. Alright, so we got two more. Got the aircraft markings. Again, I'll get the photos better. It's a bit of glare off the glossy paper. So if you wanted to use decals for instrument panels, there is some there. If you don't like using photo etch, and the other sheet, all good on the decal front. Right. So we got your sprue trees, parts that won't be used on marked out. Alright, so you're starting off with the injection seat on this build. So they'll be removing plastic details to put in the photo etch. We need to make up a part here, piece of plastic rod. Okay, they give you the dimensions, diameter and length to cut, to put in. It's a big aircraft, but the cockpit's pretty small, the tub and that, so won't be heaps going on in there. Some photo etch for the HUD. Again, depending on which scheme you want to choose, there's two different instrument panels, so you'll need to decide which scheme early on you want to do. Sidewalls, photo etch going in. Like I said, the actual kit is lacking in all that detail, so that's a nice upgrade. This is what blew my mind when I built this kit, is the nose weighing 50 gram. It may not seem much, but when you're trying to fit 50 grams in a small area, it's quite a huge amount. And then you got to wonder how long the nose gear can sit on that kind of weight. Intakes, so you got the old two halves and cleaning up seam lines. it's quite, I found it a bit modular building the kit, intake sections, and it's a lot of dry fitting and trying to make sure it all goes together good for when you're cleaning up, especially around the rear, around the engines. There's an area this area, so you're putting the bottom section of the fuselage on to two sides for the intakes, and then you got the fuselage as well, so you got to try and get the best you can. I had a lot of cleanup on the build I did in where the bottom section meets the bottom of the intakes, filling and sanding and rescribing in that area. Even though it wasn't a bad fit or anything, I might have had a couple of areas that weren't great, but just the clean up and get it all right, all cleaned up. Then on to the wings, adding some photo etch pieces to the wings. This is and then your speed brakes, where your resin bits will come in. So there's options here for markings again. So I don't know if they must have been different on different aircraft, some of them. No, all good, sorry. So closed, they're just showing you can use the kit parts or the resin parts. Open, you can use kit parts or the resin parts. It looks nice. I did the one I built, I did them open. It looks nice displayed. Just adds to the look, interest to the model with them deployed. And all those pylons. You're onto the rudders in several sections, and the fin goes on the top. So again, that area, make sure everything's lined up nicely when you're putting it in. Then where they get your gear doors, canopy goes on. The windscreen section at that stage, that piece goes in above the ejection seat. Then you're into your weapons loadout. Obviously by all those pylons, it can carry quite a lot. That book that comes with it would come in handy for this when you're looking at what scheme you want to do and what particular armament it carried. And we got the canopy going on, which swings sideways on the frog foot. And you got a ladder as well, boarding ladder, and steps. Again, that's a nice touch to just add to the display of the aircraft. And you get wheel chocks, which in the plastic part of the kit, they're not an add-on. And then your stencil data for the weapons and your drop tanks. So we're into the markings. I got this is the one I quite like. So it's 322nd Tactical Squadron, 32 Tactical Air Force Base. Sorry, I'm just going to try and pronounce these. I don't want to butcher Czech wording. So obviously they're all Czech aircraft. So this is in 1996, this scheme. This one was the 30th Fighter Bomber Regiment, 1984. The old shark mouth is 1988, 30 Attack Aviation Regiment. Again, they haven't got the TH for 30th, so I'm not if I'm saying 30th, I'm doing it wrong, or they just say 30 Attack Aviation Regiment. So apologies if I got it wrong. This one's got a nose art on it, which I think was one of those option decals. Another one with the shark mouth. 30 Attack Aviation Regiment, 1993. Again, the same regiment. 30 Attack Aviation Regiment, 1994. This is a air show display aircraft. 322nd Tactical Squadron, 32nd Tactical Air Base, 1996. I really like that scheme. It's very nice. And this is the other one I like with the eagle on the nose. 322nd Tactical Squadron, 32 Tactical Air Base, 1996. Uh, 322nd Tactical Squadron, 32nd Tactical Air Base, 1997. Guessing by the way they've drawn the scheme on that, it's well worn. Looks very faded, the paint on that one, which actually looks very nice. 2nd Squadron, 33 Fighter Bomber Wing, Slovakia, this one, 1997. And this one, Slovakian as well. 3rd Fighter Bomber Regiment, 1994, which is very nice tail art. And that was, yeah, I was sorry, I was just reading that from an air show as well. And then you have your stencil data. Which is just mind-blowing. Alright, the plastic. Goodness, lift that up there. I hope the canopy's not scratched up there. Alright. So fuselage halves. It has it's very fine, but it has the raised riveting around the rear end. But it's not in your face. It's very fine. I can't attest to the real thing about rivets and that, so I'm not sure how. I think Zvezda are usually pretty light on with riveting on their kits, but I may be wrong. I'm grabbing them as from the top, so we got heaps of weapons. There'll be double ups. Match, that's that one, yes. That's the same again, I think. I think they're all the same, but I'll take photos anyway. Alright, so you got, this is your skins for the intake areas, and that's the bottom plate section. So yeah, when you're putting it together, you line it all up, because it's just like it doesn't clip in. There's no tabs or anything. You just got to line it up and glue it. So it's important that you get it as best as you can when you're gluing it. There's your kit plastic wheels. I do not like them because they are two outside sections, and then you build the inner like the tyre tread centre pat around the two outside areas, and I just didn't like it. It's not, the resin wheels will be hugely appreciated. The gear legs too was another thing. The instructions were a bit vague to me anyway, and I had issues getting them to sit how they should sit, and it took me a while to work it out. So it's just, but that could be just me too, but it's just something to look out for. So there's the plastic speed brakes, and your engine nozzles. So that's the tyre I'm talking about, that's the tyre tread. So you build that around the wheels. I'm just not a fan of that. It's just too many seam lines basically. It's just too many. Let's see, ends the engines. You see the riveting is very, very shallow, as in the detail, but it's there. Easier, I'll do that last. And you get a figure, pilot figure as well, which isn't too bad for plastic. Built the one I did, I built him up and put him in the cockpit. It looked alright for an injection figure. This is where Eduard could have done a bit more and given you brass pitos. Alright, and the wings. So there's quite a lot of detail in the wings. Again, it's pretty fine. Alright. Hopefully it's not scuffed or scratched. Looks pretty good. Bit of a mark on the side there, but I might polish out. Or not might, you will polish it out. I'm just wondering if it's, no, it's there. It needs to be taken care of. The nose section, on the tip of the nose, your clear part goes on there, and you just mask off the, I don't know if it's a camera under the nose, but otherwise pretty good. From memory, the windscreen fitted alright, so on the kit there was no problems there. Alright, there it is. The limited edition Su-25. I'll add some photos now. Thanks for watching.